Welcome back, guys. Back on the hardcore shaman for a couple hours this evening. Gotta throw in that action camera, of course. How's that volume for you? Sounds good to me. Music up. Ambience up. I love to see it. Oh, maybe a little bit too loud on the sound, actually. In-game sound. Yeah, right about there. Perfect, man. Yo, it looks awfully, looks awfully bright, man. In Duratar, isn't it supposed to be super late night? You know how, like, the Duratar and, Barons gets kind of green? Freaking sunny, man. 9 p.m. server. Yo, what's up, Matt? Good to see you, man. Whoopsie, Drew down. What's up, everybody? Ooh, a chesty. Oh, yeah, bro. Is this on the TBC server? This is on the beta, yeah. This is on the beta. Inventory full. So if you... I assume there's gonna be a lot of new people here. I don't usually stream at this time. Only very rarely. I'll do a night stream. But I started another hardcore character. Don't know how long we'll get to enjoy this dude, though, because, looks like pre-patch is right around the corner, huh? We'll see, though. Probably pre-patch. People are saying the 11th now. A week? What do you guys think? You guys believe that June 1st date, or what? I needed my dose of action cam before bed. No problem. What's up, Simon? Alright, so we're using this super awesome guide here. I was talking to the lads today about it. If you guys have any questions about it, let me know. It's called Rested XP. We've got a whole like hype trailer about it, made by Platinum WoW. Pretty much all the speedrun legends, Tactics, Tommy, Zerant, you've seen him in the cups. They stream every day, they love this game. Seven Leaves, of course, as well. Not that many people know Seven Leaves. He's underrated. They've all come together. They decided to include me in the project. It's kind of the talking head, you know. But to make this guide, it looks so sick, man. It's looking so clean. Website launching, in-game add-on, 1 to 70, all classes. They got big plans for it, man. They want to do like 1 to 10 speedrun guides built into it. So we're rocking that out today. Should be launching sometime soon, before pre-patch. Yo, what's up, Dylan? What up, man? Life has been really stressful this past year, and you've been a beacon shining in the dark. Thanks for doing it, man. Yo, thanks, brother. I'm not doing much, man. I'm not doing much, man. I just live in this weird bubble. This strange streamer lifestyle. I don't know when it'll end. It's all just a giant illusion or dream, but yeah, man, I love it. See how long it lasts. Yo, it's a bias. Yeah, a little bit. It's 9 p.m. for me. It's not too late yet. I got, 3-4 hours in me. Even for my taste, we're a touch too zoomed in. Let's go like, how about that? I'm in that headspace where I don't want to play WoW at all until the pre-patch. You're trying to save it? Late stream though, yeah. Don't do these too much, but love the late streams though. When they are, like, you can't force the late stream though, you know? When it happens, and it's sweet, man. The people, like, everybody's just vibing out. It's nighttime, a little bit more quiet. Yo, what's up, man? Bradley, Bromanda? What's going on, guys? We got the whole squad in here. What up, guys? Yeah, exclamation point guide. Yup. Another thing that I'm trying to chill out right now, and it's almost a little bit too soon because you're not going to believe me. Give me another few days to work on it. But I started the sponsorship with this company, Fission Energy. This is their little water bottle they give. Like, I honestly don't even want to say it because you're not going to believe me. But so far, this product actually slaps. Like, it's a water bottle with a little filter thing, like a Brita filter thing in the top. And the energy supplement or whatever you want to call it, it doesn't mix with the water. It stays in this little top filter part, so it never gets gross, you know. And you just fill it with cold water. You just take an ice cold bottle of water, fill up the bottle, and just drink, man. And it's not like that. I swear, I feel bad even talking about it, because you're not gonna believe me, man. You're not gonna believe me. Yeah, I'm just some guy over the internet. So far, it's really good though. The system's working out. As you can see, I probably have I'm a bit overzealous for a boomer playing WoW at night, you know? It's all thanks to this right here. But stay tuned, I'll let you know if it's how it works out. Liking it so far though, man. I drink a lot of coffee every day. Usually 2-3 like energy things per day, whether it's coffee or what. Maybe yeah, like 2-3 to be honest, yeah. Yo, what's up, Brandon? What's up, Budkins? How we doing, man? Yeah, just getting a little late night Duratar in, a little Duratar action. Probably finished this quest already. Dying, respawn at the Spirit Healer. Nope, not on hardcore. Sorry, Tommy. Sorry, Tactics. Gotta hump it out. Still active duty? No, I'm done with that, man. Let's get out of here. Will we get TBC on the 1st of June? What do you think, man? Do you believe it or no? You guys believe in the June 1st date or no? I don't know what to think, honestly. Because Blizzard hasn't really confirmed or denied anything, right? Like, as far as we know, that could just be like a few people on Reddit that have too much time on their hands, you know? They did put out that blue post about PvP though. A few concerning things in there. But overall, really excited for PvP. I think they're doing most of the stuff right with regard to PvP, but some stuff a bit concerned about, like mainly just the participation percentage. But maybe you guys can talk me down on that. The participation percentage to get credit for a title is 20%, which is very low. I know on P servers and stuff they would do 70%. So pretty much what that would mean, it would be pretty straightforward to like buy a rank 1 title potentially, right? Because there could just be a few people piloting a bunch of different accounts, and if you only need if you can have the boosty only play 1 game and you win the other 4, you'll climb. All you need to do is have that boosty play 1 out of 5 games, and they'll get title. But it's all good, man. I'm excited for TBC. Late night crew. Hey, what's up, Silver? Am I wrong here? Did you do 2 Karazhans today, Silver? You guys are pumping, dude. Raze is really coming into his own. He's loving the Prod Pally, huh? Like, you know how I've been with Arena recently? I feel like that's what he's been like with Prod Pally. You know, he's doubling down. Like, he's trying to be like a legendary tank and make that his kind of craft, his thing. And respawn. Go to this. Turn in securing the lines. Probably what I need to do next. Yeah. Leveled up too, right? Let's put a talent point in. Feels bad, man. These talents are like the worst feeling talents in the game. Yo, a lot of stuff, by the way, to look forward to on this Shaman here. We got instant Ghost Wolf at 20. We have this talent, Shamanistic Focus. And the most type thing is dual wield at 40. Just lot changed, lot shifted around in TBC for Shamans, so big hype. Hell yeah, dude, I was ready for a 3rd too? You're ready for a 3rd? Damn. Silver going hard, man. Getting those reps in for real. That's awesome though. Respect it, big time, Silver. I mean, I see you poking your head in the arena too. Like, the arena learning curve is no joke, right? Like, it is brutal. And the thing is, you're doing the arena learning curve with people watching you, man. Oh, I can't even imagine. I tried to do mine off stream a lot, you know,
how you doing?
The TR and stuff. It's a brutal learning curve. Like, I mean, don't even get discouraged. You pretty much just have to like bang out like 2K reps pretty much before you just get your footing a little bit in the arena. It just like magically clicks. You know, for a long time I was having trouble using my focus spawns, right? I was fumbling over my targeting macros on my Naga, and it's kind of like magically hits you. All right, what am I doing again? Turn to hidden enemies. Okay, we're going back into work, all right. Zebin redeeming 2,500 gnome scalps for advice on a topic. What can we do for you, man? You stand by the guide that you had going to Torn starting zone? This guide right here? Oh yeah, I stand by this guide 100%. I mean, my execution of this guide is far from perfect compared to Tactics and Tommy and all them. I think their plans is to use these exact routes and do another speed run like 1 to 60 and do it in like 2 days or however long it takes them. They're so fast with it, right? But yeah, 100%, dude. They care. They're not. This is not a cash grab for them. I mean, the monetization is always going to be a piece when it comes to making content or whatever. But it's more of a passion project for Tommy and Tactics. They're speedrunners, so is Zorant. Like, they put thousands of hours into this route and refining it. Like, they take pride in their speedrunning abilities, their 1 to 10 times, all that, right? So, this guide is going to be super hype. This is what I was in the mood to see. What's up, Jay? What's up, Jay? I'm excited for our Dungeon Cleave group at launch. I'm ready to put in the hours. Hell yeah, Silver. Me too. I mean, I honestly believe that we haven't peaked yet, Silver. Like, I think TBC round 2, which is about to happen, will likely be the most fun we maybe have ever had playing WoW, right? Like, doing something a little bit different this time, playing on Bloodsail with the hardcore squad. And just the way TBC is looking, it's gonna be a lot of fun. What the hell is this? Sweet treats. Aloysius Cervic.
Hurry back!
I kind of want a vendor.
Talk to me.
No auto sell add-on. Feels bad, man. I'll save these jewels as well. I'm doing jewel crafting on this guy. Turn all this in. I think that's it. Pop into the bank real quick. When do you think the pre-patch should be released? No idea, man.
Speak.
I think we like wherever you stand with regard to you know, everything. Most of us can get on the same page, and like Blizzard should probably like do a better job communicating, I feel. And if they are communicating, as maybe they are, but I don't know, maybe they're just not getting it out there. I just feel like it's a bit of a rift. You never know. I did this Dark Portal episode with Stay Safe like a couple weeks ago, and he was saying they need to hire just like some sweaty ass gamer or two, just put him on payroll and just have him
Blood and thunder.
and just have him be like the liaison with the gamers, man, and just be out there spreading the information, shutting down rumors. I don't know though. Things are looking good for TPC. I'm excited. Let me see. Turn in hidden enemies. Probably need to accept that. Hidden enemies. Is it Thrall? When do you think would be a good time to start leveling? Leveling? For TBC? What do you mean, Zibin? Like just leveling your main, or I mean, pretty much just start now, man. If you mean, consider though whatever you want to play. Like if you want to play a Draenei or a Blood Elf version of that, you might as well just wait for the pre-patch, right? Which is coming probably pretty soon. Just start now, man. Keep in mind though, it'll be a bit quicker leveling during the pre-patch, so. And that's something that everybody in the chat can keep in mind, right? Like if you have alts just sitting there at like in the 40s and 50s, you know, that are just dead, just kind of rotting in the 40s and 50s, you can jump back on them and pre-patch and beyond. You'll already have those 243 adjusted XP values, so it'll be a bit quicker getting them up. What's your level? I am level 13 at the moment. Oh, can already pick up Stone Talon, Spirits of Stone Talon. Nice. Will you play vanilla again during PvC? If they did a vanilla fresh, a classic fresh, how many of you would be interested in playing? Is that a bug or what? You see that? Is it me or does it look like there's a rave inside of Thrall's room? No, that's definitely on the stream. The hell is our projector over here? All right, walking into Thrall's rave. Walking into Thrall's rave.
Welcome to Orgrimmar. Have you come to serve the Horde?
Oh, did I not get Lieutenant's insignia? I don't think I did. Whatever. Okay. Turn in securing the lines. Hidden enemies. Turn in finding the antidote. Yeah, I do have the poison sacks for that. Let's do that. Okay, turn in finding the antidote. Definitely a lighting bug. I guess I'll report it. There is some kind of lighting bug in Thrall's chamber. It is 9:21 p.m. server. Looks like a rave. Smile. That'll do. When did you sub to the beta? When did I get invited to the beta? A couple weeks ago. Yeah, of all people, actually, Scotty J and Meta Goblin. Pretty sure they got me in. You know, they hooked it up, man. You know what? Here's another hot take. Wouldn't it be funny if the legacy servers? What's that, Mega Man? Sorry, I didn't understand that. Bottom left add-on. That, my friend, is called Rested XP. It's a new add-on being made by. Sorry, I'm so used to going to the Warlock trainer. By Tommy, Tactics, Zarant, bunch of speedrun chads are putting together this new leveling guide. 1 to 70, 1 to 60, 60 to 70, all classes.
What you want?
Coming soon, man. Alright.
Mukra! Strength! Zug Zug! Victory!
So far, the,
Blood and thunder!
Slaying the Beast, we're not gonna really do RFC, right?
Dabu!
So far, nothing has really been too different with the quest. There's not been any crazy quest rewards or anything. Maybe when we get into the Barrens, though, I think it'll be a bit different. I have the antidote for this, right? Yep. Turn in need for a cure. Okay, let's leave Orgrimmar now. You still didn't tell me to set my hearth here. Also, my XP bar is missing. There it is. Nice. You're the man making the game better. Thanks, brother. Tactics add-on looking ridiculously clean. Oh yeah, it's looking so nice, man. And the cool thing about it is you guys know the people who made it. You know the people behind it. They're updating it. You know they're good at the game. You know they sped run like 4 million times. So many runs. It's not like some faceless guide where you don't know if the people even play the game or anything, right? Looks so clean too with this arrow and everything. I'm a level 46 pally, been leveling off and on for the last few months. How much faster do you think the pre-batch TBC leveling will be? There's so many little minor accelerations, man. When it comes to just mounts at 30. This quest's a little bit easier. This quest reward's a little bit stronger. Elite quest, nerf down to normal. Flight pass in new locations. Graveyards in new locations. Reduced XP requirement on certain for levels, generally speaking. That it's hard to say exactly, but most people just throw out like a number, and the number thrown out that most people don't flinch at is like 30% faster the level in DBC. But you know, that's a very rough number. There's a lot that goes into it. Orc Shem, you love to see it. What's up, Low Tide? Yo, Cheesy's in the house. I saw you on F's tonight, brother. Good to see you, man. Good to see you guys still pumping the F's. Alright. Let's turn this in. We're greeted by that amazingly warm Duratar music, the ballad of our childhood. Seriously, a single tear comes to my rolls down my cheek when I hear this tune every time. Where can I find Rested XP? It's not out yet, man, but if you hit !guide, you can join the Discord and stay tuned. It'll be 100% out before pre-patch. It's effectively done. They're just polishing it right now. We're working on a hype trailer, but made by Platinum WoW, who everybody knows and loves Platinum WoW, right? 200k sub Andy, good friend of ours. We've known him for years now. He's helping us out with a hype trailer for it. It'll be coming out real soon. I think, like, on a broader note too, in addition to this just being like a really good guide, a clean and efficient guide, I think Tactics and Tommy, like, they wanna spearhead the leveling scene in TBC. Like, do little speedrun events, make it a thing, you know. And I'd like to think we did that a bit with the hardcore cups and with the hardcore community. We made leveling a viable and legit and respected bucket of content, you know. And we will keep hardcore going in TBC, you know, but they're trying to probably build like an ecosystem here, a community around leveling, and this guide is just a piece of it. Tried googling it, all I find is Rested XP definition. Well, I'll link you the Discord, man, if you wanna join. Here. Probably in the next week or so it's going to be launched. Do you have a rough ETA for the add-on release? Will it be easier to get set up than Guideline? I've used Guideline. It's really similar. I'll tell you what, all the speedrunners that are making this add-on have used Guideline as well. It's been the de facto speedrun add-on. A lot of similarities, but I think it's an improvement on it. So if you guys have tried to use Guideline, I've tried before. I could never really get it working. The 1 or 2 times I was able to get it working, I was like on a call with Tactics, and he was like walking me through it, trying to get this guide to show up. Like, I would load up the game, Guideline would be here, but the guide wouldn't be showing, right? Like, I would go to the roster, but I had a hard time with Guideline. So my experience with this add-on, Tactics sent me the file, extracted the add-ons, logged in, good to go. So that was my exact issue with Guideline as well. It never really fully functioned, only certain parts would be active. Yep. And we got Brandung Media making all the logos and art assets. He's an absolute beast. He made my logo, a bunch of other people's logos. Nice collaboration. Do you like leveling with the Diablo orbs? I did, and I do, you know. I did love that whole setup with the assets and everything, right? One thing I didn't like about it though, after a while, is people just thought I was such a noob, man. Like, people would just think like, oh man, imagine playing the game all zoomed in with Diablo, or it was like they kind of just thought you were just a shitter, you know. And like, I feel like a little liberated not using the orbs anymore. I was using it for, like, you know, stylistic purposes. Like, it looks cool, you know, for the viewer, for the player. It was fully functional, man. You had like 4 bars there, it was fine. But yeah, this is just a proper add-on. Nobody can really hate on. It's just standard issue. All right, turn in Axeloth, accept Demon Seed. Thing is, unfortunately, I don't think I have Axeloth, which is so sad. Oh no, I do have Axeloth. Oh, thank God. Thank goodness. I thought by not doing Lieutenant's Insignia that was the prequest, but it's not. Separate. Perfect. That's a huge chunk of XP. It's amazing. So many people asking about the leveling add-on. It's amazing. It's called Rested XP, my man. ! Guide. Coming soon. Coming soon. I'm surprised people would think that way. It's just a visual thing. Yeah, dude. Like, people joke, they meme me and shit. Be like, oh, Cargos doesn't do anything. Just plays hardcore. He's hard stuck at level 30. Blah 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 blah. I hear all these things, man. That's why I got a little bit of a chip on my shoulder. I'm trying to pump in PvP, right? And just I'm not the best, but I can hold my own, right? I'm going to try to push for a Glad title. We got it on Windrunner. You know, but I think we're earning those stripes slowly. People just see us out there. It's like being in the gym. You just put in reps, right? Put in reps. They see you out there. You lose 100 times. You're still out there, right? You're not deterred. You push forward. We've been making some good progress, man. Brandon and I getting Glad on Windrunner was a huge, like, W under the belt, man. We were feeling so happy about it. Put in 700 games in twos. All the other teams that were in the top 10 put in like 100 games, maybe. We put 700 in. 70% win rate. You guys accepting apps for the guild? What up, Stonecoat? We are. There's not too many. There's only like maybe 1 or 2 spots left though, bro. But there is another brother-sister guild on the server as well. Filled with the heart. Yeah, the Barons. The Crickets. So nice.
Strength
Booty Bay Pete. Oh, that's not in Classic. Little blue question mark over the Demon Seed. Interesting. Is that a retail artifact or is that how it is in TBC? I don't know if I like that though. That was kind of one of the cool things about Classic. That you just had to like find this little nondescript item. Isn't that one of the things that made retail like a little bit, I don't know, I mean we all have add-ons and stuff anyway, I guess it doesn't matter. Alright. Turn in the flawed power stone. Wait. Turn in securing the lines. Die and respawn at the spirit healer. Pretty sure I did that already, bro. Turn in hidden enemies. Turn in finding the antidote. Turn in. Okay, we're good. Turn in flawed power stone. What are you at? 180. Oh, this is the end of my little guide. Oh, that's why. I need to load the next portion. Orc, Troll, Shaman. Oh, there it is. Oh, yeah, we got it now. Sorry, I'm kind of new to the guide. Destroy the Demon Seed. Oh, so it wants me to just go do Demon Seed? Alright. Yeah, this will all be consolidated together a bit better as well. It should just be all connected as one. They had to do a little bit of manual tweaking for me. Because apparently the efficient way to do the Horde zones is to go to Ghostlands. I was telling them, I was like, man, I want to level in the Barons. And I'm a Shaman too, so. Alright. Let's keep going. Level 13, I'm level 13. Should be fine. One thing that's so cool about Shamans in TBC, or Orc Shamans, is that this racial, you double dip on this racial. Gives you the attack power and the spell power. It's OP, man. As a hybrid class, dealing a mixture of magical and physical damage, so good. Oh, Tactics is still up? What's up, dude? Damn, what time is it? I'm gonna guess it's what, like 5 AM for you? Tactics always lurking, man, to troubleshoot. How well does Rested XP integrate the guide for characters mid-leveling? It'd probably be okay. I mean, what I'm guessing is, you know, if you're a 30 to level 31, like, you probably just load up the guide 1 to 60 and just click through it till you get to... I'd assume you'd have to do a bit of manual tweaking, right, to kind of find out where you're at, or find the start of a new arc in the zone you're in, or just a new zone and just start there, you know? But it's good feedback, you know. There might be a way to like come up with a system to help people integrate in if they're just mid-leveling process. $6.30. What comp did you struggle with most when getting Glad? What comp did we struggle with most? It would have to be Lock Druid. Lock Druid is absolutely brutal. It's devastating to fight against as really any double DPS. I'm pretty sure any Rogue Mage players in the chat, like, I'm pretty sure they struggle as much as the Rogue Lock versus LD. It's just, it feels so hopeless sometimes. A good DPR human dwarf is kind of brutal, but we started to make some breakthroughs versus that team, where we had a really good system in place. There's not really a good way to go about the lock druid. The way we were leading, but it was far from a guaranteed victory. Like, it was like a 25-75% odds, was that rogue opens, saps the lock, and then we just all in the pet, kill the pet, put tongues on the shaman, and we just stay on the put tongues on the warlock, and we stay on the warlock, preventing the Feldom. He'll still probably get the Feldom out at some point. He's still so tanky that he'll get it at some point, and then you're up shit's creek again, you know? And the thing is about Bell Armor, which is the armor warlocks get, the green one, it makes it so essentially, even if you have 5 stacks of wound poison, it's only essentially 3 stacks of wound poison, because they get 20% increased healing with that fell armor. So it makes them very easy to heal. So the druid stays stealth and just comes out and first global NS the warlock up to full. Any progress you did if you try to all in the warlock. Anyway, kill the pet, stay on warlock, hope for the best. If you catch the druid out in cat form, maybe you can all in on him if it's ruins or something. But it's so tough, man. So tough. LD is so tough. It's brutal, man. Rip highlighted message. What's up, Edward? Sorry, man. Just I must have missed that, dude. Let me see. Let me look back. Do you think hardcore will get easier for the 1 to 58 grind in TBC because of better gear and talents while questing? Well, hardcore might get easier for the initial stretch, right? But at the same time, it might get more fun. Hardcore might get more fun because the pacing might be a bit better for leveling in 1 to 60. It's a long haul as it currently stands, you know? So the pacing might get a bit better 1 to 60. Getting better quest rewards. You're just kind of chewing through the zones a lot faster. And then you get the TBC, and then 60 to 70 is a super long haul as well. I mean, Tactics is in the chat. I don't know if you went back to sleep. But if you had to compare the 60 to 70 grind to the 1 to 60 grind, I would imagine it would be like going from 1 to 50 or something. Or 1 to 45 maybe. Like that length of time. The 60 to 70 on 1x is actually pretty brutal. So overall the challenge is going to be harder because it's going to be way longer. Locks eat up S-Priest? Oh yeah, locks eat up S-Priest for sure. That's why I kind of cringe a little bit every time I lose to an S-Priest ever, even if we're playing DPL or something, because I'm so used to just rinsing him as a lock that, like, I feel like I should always beat S-Priest, but they are pretty strong, man. And in certain seasons, like in Season 4, which is essentially what the TR is right now, because everybody has S4 gear on, even though we started with S3 gear, Shadow Priests are pretty beefy. Pretty surprised. Will the guide be for post pre-patch TBC, or will it be usable before then? It will be for everything TBC, yeah, man. Pre-patch and beyond. Hell yeah, man. Oh. Do you down rank spells in TBC? You do. Yeah, they just implemented a downranking penalty in the last day or two on the beta. But that doesn't mean you stop downranking. There's still lots of abilities you would intentionally downrank in both PvP and PvE for both healing spells as well as damaging spells as well as utility spells. That's actually just a complete myth that you don't downrank anymore. You still like 100% downrank. Maybe you don't downrank as much in TBC, but even that might be a stretch to say. Probably just downrank the same amount. What's your TBC main? I'll be playing an Orc Warlock, my man, but I'll have an Undead Warlock. I'll have a bunch of different Warlocks. Be like a Warlock factory. Can play at least 3. Hey, what's up, Michael? Good to see you, man. They buffed experience gains in Azeroth when TBC hit, though. Yeah, I forgot exactly what they did. Somebody in the chat might know. They either reduced the amount of XP needed to level up, buffed the amount of XP per quest. I have a feeling that's what they did, though. I feel like I heard that. I'm like a goldfish, you have to understand, chat. Like, I hear things, and then I forget them. Well, there was a time where I knew the answer to this, but I think they just buffed like quests by a certain percentage. I got XP past a certain level. Starting at level 10, you start to get a minor buffed XP, and it increases the deeper you go. And I could really use some water right now. You hate to see it. Is Shadow Priest a glass cannon? In PvP? There's nothing really cannon-like about a Shadow Priest. But they do deal a lot of damage. So the where I've been most impressed by Shadow Priest so far has been Shadowplay. Shadowplay is traditionally run as Shadow Priest. Lock could be UA or SLSL, as well as a Resto Shaman. And there will be times where I'll be going absolutely berserk bananas as a Warlock. And as a Warlock, you think you're like the true Shad dotting class, right? Like you should be doing the most damage with Bloodlust, triple dotting everything. And there will be games where you feel like you played super clean in Shadowplay. You went out there, triple dot everything, quad dot a guy or two, get some fears out. Like everything was so good. Like you end the game, you're going like this, you're ready to look at the damage done at the scoreboard. Shadow Priest has 10k more damage than you. And you're just scratching your head like, wow. This dude only has like Shadow Word Pain and Vampiric Touch. How is this guy doing so much damage? I've had a few moments like that, and also the other cool thing about Shadow is that Prayer of Mending is just so OP that it doesn't matter what spec you are, whether you're Shadow or Disc or Holy or whatever. Prayer of Mending is gonna do what Prayer of Mending is gonna do. And if you're playing SPR and like you're playing against another like a Warlock or something, like on the other end of the team, doesn't matter that you're Shadow, like your Prayer of Mending will just top you guys both up to full. It happened to us a few times today. It was pretty aggravating. Yo, Groovy15, man, thank you for that tier 1 sub, man. 7-month streak has never stopped the sub. Dude, thank you so much. Great to see you, Ruby. You need less XP after 10. You need less XP after 10. You get more XP from quests under 35. Tactics said it. It's probably true. Oh my god. Chat, are you seeing what I'm seeing? What's wrong or what's different about this picture? If you're alt tab over for a second, do me a favor. What is different about what I'm looking at right now? I had bug reported this, but what about it? What about the respawn? Dude. He's freaking gigantic, man. It's kind of cool though. He's like twice the size of how he normally is. Hey Cookers, where can I get your add-ons? Your interface is sick. Thank you, man. It's just called Dominoes, man. It's been around forever. It used to be called Bongos back in the day. I would just go to CurseForge or whatever add-on site you use, look up Dominoes, and just whip up a couple action bars here. I just use three horizontal, 2 vertical on the right, shrink them down a little bit. That's about it. I think it's Gul'dan's pet. Guy is huge. Oh, resist the flame shock. Oh man, hold on. Hold on just a second here. No, we're fine, we're fine. The resist on the shock was monk-ass, but we're in there. His just huge size intimidated me. Ooh, Rithorian's Cape. Quite an amazing pickup on hardcore, I have to say. 2 stam on the cloak, dude. Massive. Massive. No water, you hate to see it. Troll Shadow Priest are sleeper. Yeah, they're so sleeper. Like Brand, we were playing it today. I mean, is it the name of his Troll Priest is called Sleeper OP on the beta. Troll Priest. Amazing. Amazing. I pretty much only want to play Warlock in DBC. Like I'm having so much fun with Warlock and I want to master one class rather than play a bunch of them. But if I wasn't playing Warlock, I would want to play Troll Priest so I could play with the Warlock and do Duratar Cleave. That's actually my favorite comp in the game. Intus. I like it more than the Roguelock. Orc, Warlock, Troll Disc Priest. It's so sick, man. Okay, step 2, Fire Tar. So look how chill this is, man. You just get the guide going, you just follow this arrow around. Looks so clean, like doesn't look obnoxious or gross or anything. Nice, cleanly tucked away, nice fonts for his quadrata font. Using the WoW icons, clean little arrow here, everything matching, everything clean, everything good. Love it, man, love it. Be cool to get the logo here, though. Just a small one, Tactics. I love the logo. Little animated Rested XP logo. Oh yeah, we still need Plane Striders. Is it muted? Is the camera seen off? Yeah, we're using the action cam, my friend. Hey, for those of you on YouTube, I hate doing it, man, but you gotta do it. If there's any way you could just like the stream when you get a second, and if not, that's cool too. Just wanted to throw it out there. I can't stop planning out new hardcore runs. The new early questing zones open some cool possibilities.
Fresh meat.
Yeah, it's so cool to me that people are die-hard hardcore players, man. Winky was doing Fs in the chat today. Still has a couple hundred people watching. People still submitting death clips, highlights every day of the week. And I still kind of firmly believe that hardcore Discord is like the most active Discord I've ever seen. Out of any WoW Discord. Like, I feel like it's more active than even the main WoW one. People are constantly posting stuff in there. And the hardcore community really hasn't shrunk to. Like I said, you would expect with TBC coming out, all the endgame content, all the excitement, everybody would just leave the hardcore Discord, right? It shrunk by 100 people, that's it. It's still like 9,600 people or 9,500 people in there.
Fresh meat.
Took some of my friends and made the switch to PvE based on how much fun I see you having. Oh, that's cool, man, yeah. I mean, the cool thing, yeah, PvE is great. I mean, you can still do war games, cross-faction, cross-server. Still queue up arenas with the best of them. Still do arena, BGs with the best of them. And on a PvE server, you can actually pull off like custom events and stuff, like the Hardcore Cup. Way better than a PvP server. So if anything, you have more options. The main drawback on a PvE server is it's just not as populated, not as much competition, not as many competing guilds, not as many people to play with on your own server, you know, for arenas and stuff. But I like recognizing people when I go out in the world, and like I said a million times, I'd rather be a big fish in a small pond than the inverse. Dude, it's kind of crazy. Your voice sounds different between Twitch and YouTube, really? How so? My voice sounds different between Twitch and YouTube? It's a good way to bait people into watching both, though. I just want to throw them both up. What website is Rested XP on? Can't seem to find it. It's going to be its own standalone website. Standalone website. In-game add-on. And I was talking to the boys about it today. We're hoping to have like a special section of the website too, called like Advanced Leveling Tips and Tricks. And was anybody here watching that logout skip earlier? We stood like on that rock, half off, half on. There's Tommy and Tactics have like a encyclopedia of all those types of little weird tricks and stuff, you know, and just making a few videos, throwing them on there. We were thinking about doing like 1 to 10 speed run times, leaderboard times, stuff like that. Making 1 to 10s great again. They're super fun. 1 to 10 speed running. You might be sleeping on it. It's something that you can do that's like highly competitive, but it only takes 2 hours every time, and then you can just like be done for the day. They're addicting too. I've fallen down that rabbit hole a bunch of times where you just can't stop spamming 1 to 10s and improving a little bit here and there. Rest XP comes out in a few days. Yeah. I think the Twitch sound has more depth. That logout skip is out of this world. I don't know how he finds this stuff. Tactics, you would know. Does Tommy just sit around all day and just try weird things? Like, if I'm Tommy Salami, does he just go in this tree and goes, what happens if I just log out on this branch? What happens if I pull this plane strider and kite him on top of this tree, and like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how he finds out this stuff, man. I wonder how many people will die trying to solo the Death Home quest for those blue weapons. Or will they even attempt it? Remind me which one that is? Death Home? Doesn't ring a bell. I think these are the guys that drop the fire tar. Oh, I really need water, though. We are by the crossroads. Turn and return to the crossroads. Plane Strider Beaks. Okay, I guess we're going to the crossroads anyway. We're just going to kill a few of these. Just going to follow the guide. The logout skip mechanic was found by a random player and sent to him. Then he started doing random stuff in theory crafted how it works. Then he ran all over the world trying to find useful spots for speedruns. Gotcha. And there it is. Is there any way you can increase your pet's training points at a faster rate? Increase their training points at a faster rate? Like what, loyalty? The loyalty gain? Nah, not really. Training points. What do you mean by that? Are you talking about like the rate at which they learn the abilities? I mean, training points are you get training points when they level up and when they increase in loyalty, right? So, I guess the fastest way to do it would be to, no, that's about it, man. Because I'm assuming you just have a pet that's at your level, right? So you're not even leveling them up. One thing that is in TBC, though, that I totally forgot, are these little treats. You guys know that? There's pet consumables in TBC. I bet half of you in the chat didn't even remember that. There's actually a couple of them, too. It's not even just the Kibblers bits. That's the main one you're going to use for raiding. But there's another one. There's like Sporgar Surprise or something, and it's pretty cool. And the way you get them is through cooking dailies. And I think you can make decent money doing cooking dailies. Farming them up. Oh, these things are starved off, these hunters. On this totem. Yeah, the dog food. Yeah. Did they normalize pet attack speed? They do. Yeah, they normalize pet attack speed in TBC. Which... I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. It's kind of good in some ways, because I don't really like cats. I don't really like using cats. Even if they are the best sometimes. I guess the thing is, in TBC, the pet meta is pretty much use a Ravager, use a Wind Serpent, then you go back to Ravager. And that's about it. I guess in PvP it's a bit different though. You use a Scorpion or a Boar. All the pet speed is normalized. Oh, maybe I like it. What do you guys think? You guys like the pet normalization? There once upon a time though, you have to realize, there was true diversity in the pets, to the point that every pet had different resist tables. Every pet had different pursuit speeds. So the rate at which they could chase after stuff was different. Pets had different damage types for their right clicks. So you would have some pets like Lupos that dealt shadow damage. There was a bear that dealt fire damage. There was a rock that dealt fire damage. Oh no, there's a bear that had like massive resist or something, right? There's all types of stuff, you know? There was pets that were unfearable. And that is pretty cool. The totem's gonna pull, isn't it? You know, need hunters anyway, it's fine. Pets can still have different armor / damage values. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. The pet meta in TBC though, all those pets look badass. Ravager's badass. Wind Serpents, super badass. Ravager, yeah. Scorpions, super badass. So you don't have to use a cat, man. So I like the meta in TBC. Bro, Congress, I watched you play Kara way earlier today. Good to see you on again. I wasn't in that group actually, bro. I might as well have been though. All the boys are in there. And sorry, I keep forgetting Silver's in there too, man. I'm actually so bad at that. I say that so much, man. Like the boys, the lads. Actually, Silver did say one time that she doesn't even consider it like a bad thing. But yeah, Braze and Silver and them, and they ran like 2 times, and I think Silver said she was trying to run 3 times. They're loving it, man. Whatever they did to Kara, it worked. People are into it. Also, our guild's just looking good though too. People are hyped to play with each other. That's my man Ame said. We're taking it kind of mom jog sweaty. So, okay. 2 should be fine. I am one of the boys. Are you still up, Silver? Damn. Alright, you tactical apple. You ever do a room tour? Everything behind you looks insane. Thanks, man. No, I've never done a room tour. I was thinking maybe at 100k subs on YouTube, which we're almost there, by the way. We're creeping. Not exactly explosive growth over on the YouTube side of things. It's been a slow crawl for years now. Or for about a year now. But we're creeping. Every month we get a couple 100 subs. And looks like we'll hit it. EBC at this current rate, which would be crazy, man. The 6-figure sub counter. Okay, I need 1 hunter and 5 water seekers still. Okay, should lock this frame. So is Kara harder than the first test? Yeah, it is. Alright, this is actually kind of a bit bad, maybe. It's 3. Yeah, I should be able to do it. I just kind of kite. Okay, we're good. Yeah, they buffed Kara a bit, for sure. They've been, I don't know if anybody confirmed it or not. You guys have been watching a lot of streams probably. Is it confirmed they buffed Maiden too? It really seems like it. All the groups, I mean, she's doing so much more damage than before. I never really like looked into it to see if it was confirmed or not, but it sure feels that way. I've watched like maybe half a dozen runs or something since the adjustment, and it seems like Maiden's hitting way harder. Yo, 100 bits from Dazanar, thank you so much, man. And then a prime from Butter Hands in Your Hair. It's an interesting name. Thank you, man, for the 3 months. I'll take care, Silver. Have a good night. See you tomorrow. Might have just been a pally tank thing. True. Or having a lot of melees, because all the groups I did see had quite a few melees. But I could have sworn like her holy wrath is hitting harder now. Like it'll one-shot you. If it just chains with another person, it'll one-shot you. Yeah, we just need water. Oh, there should be Chenskeg. Oh yeah, Chenskeg, beautiful. This is my trusty Chenskeg. It's always here for me. Hype train incoming. Yo, you'd love to see it. Risen, thank you for that prime, my friend. How are we doing tonight, Risen? Zycath. It's hard to tell just from watching the streams. What about you guys, though? Like, all things considered, are you guys excited for TBC or what? Excited, nervous, anxious, bored? Like I said, I'm excited. I think if it came out on June 1st, it would be selfishly kind of really good for me. Means TBC would come out, I'd be able to play it, go hard on launch, and still have over a month before you know, my wife gives birth, so it'll be a little bit less hectic for me, but Congrats on the kiddo. What's up, Zegers? Good to see you, man. How's it going, Zegers? You been playing beta? What you been up to, man? Not so Brett with the Prime? Yo, you guys are too kind tonight. The night shift. Shout out to Nebulous for coining that. Groovy with the 200 bits too. Excited for TBC for sure. Where are you playing, Groovy? Yeah, everyone with the babies, I know. I said it before, I'll say it again, you know. I've been doing this like weird streamer lifestyle thing for a couple years now. And it does feel like yesterday. I went back and watched the very first private chat the other day. It was like the first classic WoW podcast I'd ever seen. I'm sitting there like leveling on NOS, just out in the Barrens probably, doing something, and watching Mr. GM, Dodgy Kebab, Hamster Wheel. They did this, just a really, actually looking back on it though, it was kind of ahead of its time. If you go back and watch it yourself, it's just called Private Chat, you can find it. It's like 5 years old now, right? Over 5 years old. It actually had some production value. Mr. GM kind of went hard on it. But I guess my point is, it's been a long road. It's been a long haul, like, and a lot of the creators who have like who like I remember from the P server days and stuff, who like were still sticking around. A lot of them are like super successful now, like people like Payo and Stay Safe and S-Fan, and so on and so forth. But it's crazy that enough time has passed that, like, oh, you know, a lot of them are having kids now. Tips too. Tips had a kid. Having a kid. Stay Safe having a kid. You know, 5+ years passing. Like people having kids, moving on to the next stage. Man, I love it though. I love it. Being able to get up in the morning, check Twitch, see which one of the homies is online streaming, check in with them, say hi to them in Twitch chat, jump into the Discord call. Feel lucky that this is a thing. I'm doing great. Been getting my guild situated and doing some power level on my server. Been meaning to get some reps in the arena, but been busy. Where are you going, Zegers? Inventory is full. Yo, walked with tier 1 too, man. The night shift goes so hard. Thank you so much for the subs and support and the follows, guys. Really appreciate it. Ever tried Ascension WoW? I haven't, but I respect the hustle. And they run a tight ship with the branding. I even see them advertising on YouTube. They got some serious. They got some serious. There was some serious risk tolerance advertising it on YouTube and stuff, but they put a lot of work into the Ascension, man, and growing that community, making it a thing. They launched their own Battle Royale mode. It's it looks like they do things professionally over there.
Looking for something special?
Dodgy Kebab, that's a name I haven't heard in years. Yeah. Yup. Telling you, man.
May the eternal sun shine.
It's crazy. And it's amazing to me because those people were like I get kind of more starstruck about people I meet on the internet, you know, that I look up to or watch their content than I do with just like if I saw Brad Pitt on the street. Like, it'd be kind of cool to see Brad Pitt on the street. Be like, oh, I saw Brad Pitt on the street today. But all these people, man, I watched their content for like years, or maybe not. I mean, yeah, like years, yeah. Hamster, Dodgy, Orcbit, Def Camp, Melderon. Remember the first time I pulled up a Melderon video, and he's in the woods. He's doing woods vlogs about why he likes Horde more than Alliance, and talking about like the RP of the Horde versus the Alliance. And I watched this video in my bed. I'm like, dude, I gotta meet this guy. This guy seems cool as hell, man. He's from Philly. I can detect the East Coast accent. All these people are friends now. It's crazy.
What can I do for you? Go.
Everyone's a DM away. Now it's been years. I've known these people, met up with them in real life. Navik, Egregious, Ale, Grays. Grays came to my house. He went to BlizzCon, took a Sprinter van down to BlizzCon. Chicken, Ego.
Talk to me. What you want?
Good people.
Lita.
This is actually pretty cool. I started looking for add-ons for my healer and found this. Hi. Hey, what's up, amazing Dino Gamers? You're new here? Totally new here? Got some fresh meat? What's up, man? Yo, Winky on the YouTube. What's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Don't usually see you on YouTube, man.
Some.
Yeah, doing a little late night sesh.
Spring.
I at least want to test out dual wield on Shaman before we have to go into pre-patch. Check it out, guys. Storm Strike and dual wield at 40. We got an instant Ghost Wolf at 20. We gotta taste the TBC. Okay. Turn and disrupt the attacks, except Harpy Raiders. Harpy Raiders is on top of this tower, right? Yo, Winky, by the way, this is the guide that Tactics, Tommy, Zarant, Brandung, myself, we're all working on. 7 leaves, of course. Rested XP. Now that I'm in the swing of things, following this little arrow, man, it's smooth as butter. Loving it.
Speak.
Launching it probably like this week or next. Check if Lazuric is in the crossroads. If he is, and you have enough money, buy pots and heavy spike mace. That's got to be a little Tony Baloney inclusion right there. Even little big brain tips like that. All right, no goblin here though. I don't see him. Okay. Geomancers. What am I missing though? I think I need to buy water. Let's buy some water.
Ah,
Buy some ice
I have
cold.
just the thing for you.
Little ice cold? Yeah, 20 should be good. By the way, hear that music, guys? I'm gonna chill here for like a solid minute.
Mother.
Does that not give you Witcher vibes? We did this, they played this in Razor Hill as well. Updating the Inn soundtrack. Tell me that doesn't give you Witcher vibes. Definitely not in the classic OST. What's this add-on? It's called Rested XP, my man, Layman. If you type !guide, there should be a command that works to send you to the Discord. Launching it this week. I'm learning that more and more recently as well. Meeting the homies online leads to IRL, fam. Oh yeah. Rested XP for life. Yeah, meet Winky too, man. Meeting Winky's been great. Winky went up to the farm. Got to meet the dogs. Winky's the homie who shot his compound bow. What's the inspiration for going back to hardcore? I've missed it. Honestly, I swear to God, I'm not lying to you, chat. Like, just after a certain amount of time, you just kind of want to like level a character and go back, hit the Barrens again, or hit Elwyn or Westfall. It's like a diminishing return, internal cooldown in your brain, but it scratches like a weird kind of itch to just go hear the music and sounds again and stuff, and just go back, get back in there.
I've been expecting you.
Enough time had just like passed to make doing arena and stuff that's just kind of felt like it. All right, we got our milk. Let's go some geomancers. I got introduced to my dog now. Oh yeah, Winky got a half husky, half German Shepherd pup. What's Rested XP? Is it the quest helper? Yeah, it's the quest helper. Yep. It's a questing add-on. It's customized for your class. Oh, should I check the weapon crate? Let me see how much money I have. Yeah, I'm kind of broke. Nah, I'll check it. It's like 6 silver. It's worth it. Yeah, man. Questing add-on. What server you in? I'm on the PvE server on the beta. So I know you're a couple years late here, but if you didn't know, there is a little box here. There's actually a couple different spawn points in the crossroads. But in hardcore, since you can't trade or use the auction house, it's pretty clutch getting this weapon crate. It's not there at the moment, unfortunately. think there's another spawn down here though, right? Look for it. I think it's around here somewhere. There's no way someone's out in the beta as well, right? The PvE server leveling a... Yeah, I guess it's not up. Okay. Best hunter race for TBC PvE? That would be Orc, my friend. I know that's one of the more extremely clear-cut ones. For sure, Orc. Well, and you could make the case that a Draenei could be situationally better if you wanted to specifically play Survival Hunter. If you're playing Alliance. For PvE. Honestly though, if you're playing Hunter, you probably want to pump. Let's go Orc, man. Be a Dwarf if you want to be a chat. Yeah, gun to my head, if I had to play an Alliance Hunter, probably play Dwarf. I'm gonna lurk for a bit. Alright, man. Take care, Winky. Yo, Shaman raiding me at a late night? Because this is usually the opposite, right? Yo, thank you, Shaman, for that raid, man. I feel like I'm the night owl now. I feel like everybody always raids you and you're streaming throughout the night, man. Thank you so much for that raid, man. Shaman, I mean, you guys all know Shaman, right? If you don't know Shaman, runs an amazing podcast. I'll be raiding with him. He's been my guildie in TBC. Known him for well over a year now. Absolute pillar, column of the hardcore community. Ran the last hardcore cup or hardcore leveling competition. Gonna be raiding with us in Blackguard. Oh, thank you, man, for that raid. Class you gonna play for TBC? I'm playing Orc Warlock, amongst other things, amongst other warlocks. We'll be playing on Bloodsail Buccaneers, man. I'm proud of it. RP PvE. And yeah, I know we're gonna be a little bit where people are gonna snicker in the back and say PvE server, RP server, get these noobs. But we're gonna be too busy having fun to care. And Brandon and I are determined to get clinch glad titles in 2s and 3s and 5s even. I mean, I'm just loving the PvP, all this. We're gonna have some pumpers for sure. My dad was one of the best healers before. Now that I am 16, I can continue his path as a druid healer. You're 16, man? Oh my god, to be 16, I can't even imagine, dude. That's so crazy, man. Enjoy, man. 16 years old. What was I doing when I was 16? When I was 16, it was what, 2007? 2006? WoW was already out for a couple years. Halo 2 was already out for a couple years. Probably Halo 3. Xbox 360. It's probably at the White Plains Mall at the city center. Camped inside of a Comp USA or a Circuit City waiting for Xbox 360 to drop. Skipping school and playing Call of Duty, the World War II Call of Duty. That's probably what I was doing at 16. Or waiting overnight to go buy Nintendo Wii's to flip. Something like that. I remember I went to the Yonkers Best Buy, waited overnight there. And my buddy Jim's mom dropped us off there and we waited there. Bought a couple Wii's. And walked back home from Yonkers, man. It took like hours. How long have you been playing WoW? About your lifespan, my man. A little bit longer. No, about your lifespan, yeah. It's 2004, man. Yo, doesn't Bloodsail have a horde guild that cleared Dax Day 1 or something? I don't know. I know Bloodsail. Do you guys remember when it was a 2-man Ani run, right? They killed Ani 2-man. That was a Bloodsail guild, Bloodsail Alliance guild. And there's some really good Alliance guilds on Bloodsail. Tell you what, you know, like Apricot, she's in the hardcore community. She's like a huge mega pumper feral druid. Cat DPS. Like there's a top Alliance guild. Horde's pretty bare bones though. Yo, what's up, Murphy? How we doing, man? What class do you need on Blood Sale? I'll take a look right now. The roster's pretty much full though, man, at the moment. There might be 1 or 2 spots. Yo, Winky, are you still here? I think you're in lurk mode, right? Radon, just got accepted today. So he's coming in on Hunter. He was gonna go rogue, and we told him, you know, no space, but he's down to go Hunter. Yeah, so, Mage and Arresto Druid. Oh, and a Shadow Priest, actually. Actually, it's a Mage and Arresto Druid. No Shadow Priest, we have a Shadow Priest. Yeah. Good, man. My cancer's gotten way better since we last talked. That's so good to hear, man. I remember when you were going through the chemo, man. I'm checking in every day. That's so good to hear, bro. Yeah, we knew you were gonna crush it. Yeah, if you want to apply, right, Regalius, if you want to apply, there's a Twitch panel down below if you want to put that in the queue. I think we might be maxed out on Appstyle right now at the moment as well. We only got the free version of Typeform, so only get 100 results at a time. The name Black Sheep would have been sick for a guild. Yeah, you're not wrong. That's pretty sweet. You gotta admit though, that Blackguard logo top left looks pretty crispy. I'm a sucker for nice art assets. Okay. I need you to hype me up for TBC. I've been Dragon. Yo, Kelphaz, man. I mean, look at the dungeons. The dungeons are so fun. Arena. Outlands. Okay. Do me a favor, Kelphaz. You want to hype up for TBC? Go listen to the Honor Hold soundtrack. Go listen to the TBC OST. And go, yeah. Start there. The music. Really good. You have an add-on in-game for leveling? I see you have a website guide for leveling. Yeah, this is the add-on, man. Rested XP. It's a collaboration between Tactics, Tommy Zerant, Tommy Salami, 7 Leaves, Brandung, myself. Coming out this week or next. 1 to 70 leveling on it. All classes. Both factions. It's gonna be good, man. You think that Blizzard prioritizes people who have long subs to WoW for TBC beta keys? Probably. I mean, if I just had to guess, I think they do just look at streamers with the biggest reach and stuff. That's just the table stakes in 2021, man. Love it or hate it. They give them keys. They give, like, press people keys. Right? So people that, like, write reviews for established sites, companies, guide sites, Wowhead, Icy Veins, all these things, they get keys. And you know, they kind of go work their way down, and then they probably go directly to the people who have had long continued subs from way back in the day, all the way to TBC. It's my guess. Keep in mind, I didn't just get in. Like, I wasn't some VIP or anything by any means. I'm just like a B tier streamer, man. If anything, Scotty and Meta helped me get in. Will it be on CurseForge? It's going to be on restedxp.com. And if you want to join the Discord, I'll throw out the Discord in there. So as soon as we go live with like with the launch, you'll get the up-to-date announcement. It'll be ready before pre-patch 100%. As you can see, it's already like kind of ready, but just polishing it. It has nothing to do with account age or sub length. I know people have had an active sub since day one, vanilla, no beta. But the thing is, they probably have like a percentage, so they probably set like I'm thinking of it in terms of a cap table or something in a company. Like they set aside 15% for people who had day one subs. There's gonna be more people that have had day 1 subs than the amount of in that quota of 15% of the pie, right? So is a Blood Elf starter gonna be part of it? Oh yeah, if anything, that's the most popular ones. Blood Elf and Draenei roots will be large and above the most popular parts of the leveling add-on. I think Zorant, one of the speedrunners, and also the chief like add-on developer for this, I think he was able to get 1 to 20 in under 5 hours. I believe using the Blood Elf route. So, pretty pog. What's with the sim style camera angle? It's a setting in the game called the action camera. It offsets your character camera angle. Just makes it a bit more immersive, kind of like a Skyrim type Witcher deal. Over the shoulder type deal. Ooh, lesser healing potion, our second one. Okay, so we still need defenders and geomancers. We need this thing. What's your opinion on all these streamers on beta only doing arenas the whole day without reporting any bugs? I don't know, man. I mean, there's a lot of people reporting bugs. There's a ton of bugs to test in the arena in PvP, man. There's a ton, bro. There's so many bugs in PvP. But the thing is, man, the beta isn't only about bug testing and stuff, too. If anything, if I had to guess, it's more about marketing than bug testing. Like, of course, the bug testing is a big piece. But, like, if I'm in the shareholder meeting or at the boardroom in Blizzard, they see the beta probably as more of a marketing op. So people are just going to do what people are going to do. Just doing what's natural, or running care, reporting bugs, doing PvP, doing bugs. He did 1 to 60, 47 hours on Draenei Hunter today with the guide. 1 to 60 in 47 hours. 1 to 60 in under 2 days played? Zorant just did that in Draenei Hunter today? I mean, using this guide tactics? Yeah, GG. That's insane. And you didn't log out inside instance, no rested? 100%. You heard that, guys? There it is. That's the... If you don't believe me, believe... 1 to 60 in under 2 days played. Using this exact guide. Insane. What a god, yeah. What happened to the hardcore UI? It's just kind of a pain in the butt to switch back and forth, man. Get the add-on set up. I don't even think all those Diablo Orbs add-ons even work for TBC, man. This is TBC, not a classic, so... This is what I used before the Diablo Orb Diablo Orbs UI. Under 2 days, no ZF. Insane. No, under 2 days, not 20 days. What was your MLS? I didn't... 09 Sierra contract. RP servers are chill as fuck. People are just nicer. Yeah. I mean, you know how every time we try to recruit and people hear that it's blood sale and they literally like laugh at you and walk away? You probably wouldn't want those people in your guild anyway, you know? It's kind of like a gut check is the way I see it. Because we've had that reaction a lot when we were trying to recruit before. People would be like, blood sale, yeah, right, no chance, I'm going there. Where can I find the previous stream? I didn't watch it till the end. The arena one. Is that what you're talking about? Or the other shaman one? Have you noticed it's slightly faster to level now? I don't know. I've been kind of distracted reading chat and stuff. I don't really know. Maybe a little bit. I feel like I'm doing this maybe half a level faster than I normally would doing this quest. Okay. Need lots of geomancers, alright. I'll be playing Orc Warlock Trap Cub. What about you guys? What are you guys playing? TBC? Don't decide yet? I just started a Resto Druid for Blood Sale. Alright, man. Thing is, you gotta put your app in there, bro. Like, no promises. You know, we gotta look through the apps and stuff, make sure it's a good fit. You know, don't want to waste your time or anything. Everybody gets along, make sure everybody's on the same page, same expectations. I get so confused by that. Cargoes, why wouldn't you want to be on a smaller server, so much more comfy? It's the same reason, though, some people want to live in a big city versus being in the country. There's pros and cons to both, right? Some people want to be on in a big city, big metropolitan server. Some people want to be on a rural one where it's more smaller communities. Some people want to be in between, kind of like the suburbs. I've been flip-flopping across every class, deleted a bunch of 60s. Maybe Sham here, Hunter. Big cities get old very fast. I feel you. I mean, I love New York, man. It's like my home, but at the same time, it's a love-hate relationship. Every New Yorker feels that, and you kind of like graduate out of it. You know, it's really good like when you're in that like bachelor lifestyle or early 20s or something, but it's hard to build wealth in the city. You know, like the city's great if you're a baller. If nothing sets you back and you just take Ubers everywhere, doesn't matter that you pay $400 for a covered parking spot per month. Doesn't matter if you pay $6 for a gallon of milk. All that stuff doesn't affect you at all. City's great, you know, but you're trying to build some wealth and do what you gotta do. It's rough, man. I do miss, though, in the city, one thing I really do miss is just like the happy hour culture, at least with my group of friends, where people would go to work, they get stressed and pissed off, and then it was just kind of like an expectation. You'd meet up at one of the bars or restaurants, meet up for happy hour, have a beer, maybe do some karaoke or something, just chill for a little bit. I do miss that. You ever play retail at all? No, not really, man. I've like recently developed like a little more of an appreciation for retail, just in the sense that I love arenas. WoW arenas are very fun to me. I really enjoy them, and I've gotten back into the arena scene. So if I like TBC arenas, is it really so different from Shadowlands arena? And it probably is. The pacing is going to be all different, but it's still arena. There's classes, there's abilities, there's global cooldown. I'd probably enjoy it. But at the same time, I've been hearing the Shadowlands state of arena is also scuffed for reasons I don't know. I just hear this.
Fresh meat.
Double Karg stream today, glad to see it. Yo, what's up, John? Why do you like RP servers more? I don't necessarily, man. I do like PvE servers more than PvP servers, though. I'm kind of over world PvP a bit, you know? Like, one, I'm streaming, which is a big factor, I'm not gonna lie, but at the same time, like we said a million times before, like, you're gonna be vulnerable, you're gonna be out in raid spec with a totally different action bar, with totally different consumables, and you're gonna be like a helpless little fawn out in the wilderness and just getting gobbled up by like an undead rogue who actually sucks at the game, but like is PvP spec, right? You know, or something. And you just don't have to deal with that stress. Like, somebody can just camp you, grief you, strafe over your body, you know, endlessly. Get one person camping at the graveyard, so that when you try to, revive and get away, they just stop you from playing the game. You just kind of have like a different mentality on the PvP servers, like much more savage. And I can't help myself. I'll literally yank people and stuff on the PvP server. Like, I just can't help myself. You just kind of like degenerate. So, PvE server, it's kind of more chill. People are probably generally a little bit more relaxed on a PvE server too, or an RP server. A little bit nicer. Probably a little bit older too, I would guess. I don't know many 16-year-olds or something. No disrespect to the 16-year-olds. But, you know, immediately you just get drawn to like an RP server or something. And like I said, it's cross-realm war game, cross-faction war game. You do war games via your BattleNet. Cross-realm BGs, cross-realm arenas, everything is cross-realm. You can do anything you want to do on an RP PvE server, it's fine. And then you factor in the hardcore community being there, and a lot of us have 60s there. We've been playing there for the last year, calling the server home. Why not? What's wrong with it? You plan on doing a 1 to 20 hardcore paladin for TBC? New to Blood Elf? Not sure, man. It's possible. Thing is, I can only play a Blood Elf for so long. I really think I'm just an orc male enthusiast. Just love playing. I just love orcs. I love the vibe of barons. Like I'm a zug through and through, I guess. I can play a blood elf for a little bit, but the luster will wear off. Oh, I still need a couple geos, alright?
Fresh meat.
PvP is the only thing that makes me log in a retail WoW. Yeah. My guy literally woke up and saw you were having a late night stream. Yo, what's up, Tigray? Good to see you. Yeah, late night stream, man. I'm 10% from redeeming a 15-minute retail stream? No way. You don't have a million points. Bullshit. What's up, Nauticop? Good to see you, man. Orc male best. You're not wrong. Real PvP is funner when it's organized. Remember the Christmas gnome outfit? Yeah, that was pretty fun. Thing is, that wasn't even really. I mean, I guess it was World PvP, but it was on Blood Sale, right? When we did that. So World PvP can happen on Blood Sale or on a PvE server. It's just like you said, organized, and that was a lot of fun, though, man. Did you play Warcraft 3 before Classic WoW? I did. That was my very first taste. I want to say most of you are in the same boat there, right? My very first taste of World of Warcraft was, or of the Warcraft IP, was Warcraft 3. I was over at my buddy Carlos's house, and he was always the one to discover the games before me. I found out about all the good games through him. You know? I basically beat Zelda Ocarina of Time vicariously through him, watching over the shoulder as we once did as kids. Just like, we would just share the remote, you know, and just go back and forth, and we basically beat like Ocarina of Time together, Banjo-Kazooie together, Donkey Kong 64, Star Fox, I mean all the N64 games. He showed me Age of Empires, Warcraft 3, but yeah. I remember he played Undead in Warcraft 3, and we would play like against each other, and he would have the Nerubian guys that would have that ranged attack, and I thought they were so OP. Yeah, man, Warcraft 3 was amazing. Campaign, custom games. The heroes. Oh, what was your favorite hero in Warcraft 3? I think mine was the Blade Master. Actually, well, you know what was also pretty good? The Serpent Ward Troll Shaman guy was pretty cool too. Tauren Chieftain. Oh yeah, he was badass. The big totem. Yo, Cab Cove 6 with the tier 1. Thank you, man. Appreciate it, my friend. Used to take turns playing games with my brothers. Good times. Warcraft 3 is a great esport. So much fun to watch. Yeah. Man, when Warcraft 3 Reforged came out, it was kind of scuffed. But if you remember, like, I tried to get into it. Like, I was kind of ready to get into it. I was having fun learning the keybinds, getting the APMs up. But everybody just like hated it so much and thought it was such a disaster, and it was for sure, right? And I had a lot of issues with it, but I was kind of hoping it would blow up, man. I was ready to go, making some content about that game. But it's just kind of like their redheaded stepchild now at Blizzard, right? They didn't even talk about it at BlizzCon. It's totally left out. They're just trying to like forget it ever happened, I guess. Where do I apply for your guild? If you look down, Reg, there's a Twitch panel that says Blackguard on it. Just click that; it'll send you to the application form. Can you play Reforged with classic graphics cinematics? I think so. Yeah, you can toggle it. You can toggle it off. I'm not lying just to make a point and to seem edgy. I really do 100% prefer the old school graphics in Reforged, because to me it looks like they gave it the Heroes of the Storm treatment, right? They made them, I don't know, look like the armor was too big and bulky and kind of like dramatic and strange looking, and it didn't really create that same feeling. It just reminded me of Heroes of the Storm. but not really in a good way. Everything was over exaggerated and everything was made over epic, and but like talking about that doesn't really get us anywhere, man. Complaining, it's just fun. Yo, what's up, Dry Tan? It says the form is closed. I think we hit our response limit. We only have the free plan for Typeform, which is the service you're using for the apps. So we have 100 apps in the queue. We gotta probably get through, or we can get some more apps in there. Okay, Zevra hopes, and then turn in Call of Fire, and then turn in Demon Seed. Okay, so we're grinding our way towards the bridge here. Turn in Call of Fire. Turn in Demon Seed. Kind of weird though. It doesn't want me to turn in Call of Fire yet. It just wants me to go turn in Demon Seed, probably because I have to walk back. Okay, I'm just gonna follow the guide. In the guide we trust. Kill zebras. Follow the arrow. Why do you stream on YouTube and Twitch at the same time? Just better, man. Like the table stakes of content creation in 2021 is like you have to be diversified on multiple platforms. If you're just on one, it's not enough. It also hedges against being like banned on once, canceled on one. It's just kind of better to get on multiple platforms. Twitch has its issues, YouTube has its own issues. You know, they can both be kind of weird and kind of like culty at times and stuff too. I don't know. It's good, man. You reach more people. Some people have Twitch banned at work. They can't watch Twitch, but they can watch YouTube. Cast a bigger net. I would like to stream for fun. Did it take you some time to get viewers? Yeah, it takes time, but there's ways to do it in a smart way, you know? Like, I would just say restream and, like, you need to make videos too, man. Just to be simple about it, you need to make videos, short form content, make a nice thumbnail, do that in tandem with streaming. Do a video every day. I need to take my own advice on that, man. It takes some time though, man. I've been watching you a little at work through YouTube, not blocked. Yep, there it is. Hardest part is the first few views. You need a bit of reach before you can have any chances. Yeah, and you know, like, there is you guys have heard that term leech before, right? Like, if somebody is a leech, right? Like, a leech is somebody who hits somebody up kind of with bad intentions. Like, you're only hitting them, but not really because you like them, but you're just trying to, like, you know, piggyback off their community or something, or like take advantage of them, right? But that's different than just meeting people and just like naturally getting along with them, right? And adding value back. Like, a leech doesn't really add value back, right? So if you just meet other creators who are bigger than you, but you put in some elbow grease to try to make some content, you know, maybe, you know, like, just add value back, you know, focus on that, you know, be a giver, not a taker, you know, just in general, just on all things. And then get some hosts, some raids, make some friends. Then you're working hard, you're working smart. Exclamation point fishing? Yeah, I mean, I'm never gonna try to like push or sell a product or something to you guys that I don't think is actually a genuine fit. I'm glad you did the exclamation point fishing. I did partner with this company. This is their water bottle. The packaging, the branding is on point. It's an energy product. Here's the unique thing about it. This is like a little Brita filter thing. I want to show it on the camera if you can see it. It goes into the top of the water bottle. You just fill this water bottle with cold water and you just drink through it. It's not a very, like, you can adjust how strong you want the taste, but it's really, really interesting, and I'm really, really liking it, and I'll just leave it at that, man. Like, you can ask a few more questions if you want about, like, specifics about it, but it's not like a really strong chemically taste that you'll get from a monster. It's just kind of like a juice. It's nice. You put an icy cold water bottle in there, and I forgot about this water bottle today. Came back and realized, oh, the water bottle's totally clean because the water is separate from this thing on the top, you know? So it doesn't get gross like when you put protein in a water bottle and forget it or anything like that, or even just pre-workout. It also is very different from pre-workout. It's not pre-workout. Doesn't give you the same feeling. It's not as much of like a spike of energy. It's more of just you're energized and you don't even realize you're getting any kind of supplementation. I don't know, man. I'm not trying to push it too hard or anything, but it's working so far. Keep it posted.
Fresh meat.
Alright, still need some Zevra hubs, right? Link kind of scuffed, is it? Oh, yeah, it is kind of stuff. I'll fix it in the coming days. I think the link doesn't work. I think it just has orders in front of the www, my bad.
Fresh meat.
Why is it still so late? It's only at 10:40, man. It's not too late. I got a couple hours in me, man. Here's the, Here is the correct link.
Fresh meat.
Should work.
Fresh meat.
The Blackguard says it's closed. Any other suggestions? I really want to play with you come time TBC. Yeah, man, there's a lot of, we only have the free plan for our current service right now, so we need to get through some of the apps and before it'll let us put any more in there, man. What I will say though, because I don't want to debate you, bro, like it's probably gonna be a full roster for Blackguard already. There is a brother/sister guild on Bloodsail. It's called Booty Bay PD, and it's filled with members of the hardcore community like Nebulous, Cheesy Goodness, some pumpers, man. Novus having his priest in there. Good people you've seen streaming this past year, and they're opening like welcoming everybody in open arms as long as you're, you know, like a decent human being. So that's another like our brother/sister guild on Bloodsail. Sometimes this game is bizarre. I just watched an orc beat a zebra to death with a big stick. Okay. Sevra. Oh, I got all the hoops. Running Demon Seed. Tactics. We're doing better following the arrow, right? The guide is smooth now, man. What is the difference between your guide and the Zygor guide? I can't really speak too confidently on it because I've never used the Zygor guide in my life. But I will say, I've never met Zygor. Sure, he's a good guy. Never met him. I've been out here in the mud with the other streamers, meeting people. This is a lifestyle for me. I meet all these people every day. Meeting other people streaming, passionate about the game, love the game. Met Tactics, met Tommy, met Zorant, met Seven Leaves, met Brandung. These are real passionate members of the community who've been here since day zero, since before day zero. And this is their brainchild. And that has weight. You know? It's a collab with some of the best in the community. These people have proven their like speedrun capabilities too, time and time again. They have dozens of run in the books. You know? They're like literally the heart and soul of the speedrun community, coming out with guides. There's death skips in here. There's little things under the hood, like it'll auto train skills for you. It'll keep in touch with your money, show you little death skips and stuff. Just a solid guide, man. Turn in Call of Fire, okay. There's no way to prove that. Arrow, man, I missed the Baron switch to Alliance after Wrath. Yo, what's up, Cody? Good to see you, man. No one better than Tactics, Zorant, Tommy combo, all faith in the sun. That's what I'm saying. Like, the results speak for themselves, right? Like, Tactics just said Zorant hit 1 to 60 in under 2 days played using this exact guide. Insane. The guide just marketed itself, man. Wrong way? Did I miss it? Did I? Oh, my bad. Yeah, you're right. I would have figured it out, bro. Yeah, the arrow. I gotta turn in the Shaman quest. Yeah, my bad. That's not the guide's error. That's user error. Forgot I didn't complete that. I need to go here. Good call, good catch. And then also, part of the product warranty is Tactics Law will always be in your chat, guiding you if you ever fuck up. Have you still been doing content with Grace for days? Oh yeah, dude, he's in our guild. He's gonna be a tank in our guild. I talk with him almost pretty much every day, man. Grace and I are tight. Excuse me, sir. You lost. You're on the wrong expansion, I believe. Hi, I'm Rek. Yo, what's going on, Rek? I haven't talked with you in weeks. I'm actually not Rek. To prove it to you, here you go. It's to prove it to you, brother. Good to see you, my guy. This is the Burning Crusade, my man. But yo, good to see you, man. I've been dying to do some Lock Rogue with you, or maybe some threes or something, man, at some point. Good to hear from you, bro. How you enjoying the beta? How you enjoying twos, threes, rated? Just having fun doing rated today. I've been loving DPL Rec recently. It's, you know, I've been talking about roguelike, man. I just feel like DPL outclasses it in every way, sort of. It's just so much more relaxing to play. You know, one blind misses, kidney shot, resist, or something, like you can just lose the game, and you just feel like you have this double DPS chip on your shoulder the whole time, like you're just so unfavored versus some matchups. DPL, you just queue with absolute peace of mind. Lamarcky just hit me up. Oh man, alright, Copper Bane, we don't want to miss that. Are you lost? This is a Diagram Arena DPL very strong. Yeah, loving the DPL. You just queue any matchup you feel like you have a good shot, except I gotta do another Spank session with this. That's not what you mean. Spank session is not what you think it is. There's a guy named Spank. He's a legend. I gotta do another Spank sesh, learning about how to counter HT and HP. What do you? I guess that's what you call Hunter Priest. PH. Hunter teams in general are like rank 1 cancer for me. They're brutal, man. I can't stand playing against them. I play when I get in full tilt. Brandon and I were saying, if we ever fight in HD, we're just gonna leave, just to save like mental, just to save our mental state, you know. Oh, I need to go to the Shaman thing. I'm trolling. Just thinking about HD and I'm doing weird stuff. I'm actually also about to do a Spank sesh. Nice, nice. So extend my regards. Oh man. Tried looking up Rested XP on Curse, no luck. Yeah, it's not released yet, man. It's coming soon. Real soon. Here's the Discord link though. If you guys want to join the Discord, as soon as it's on released, you'll get like an announcement ping on the Rested XP Discord. What class you manning in TPC Classic? I'll be manning an Orc Warlock, my friend. Macros add-ons? I don't have any commands for those, Ron, but if you have any specific questions, man, happy to help, bro. Yeah, the command doesn't seem to be working too well on YouTube. Sorry about that, folks. But it's a add-on coming out this week or next. Good amount of people in the house for a late night. Appreciate your time, everyone. Just popping in to see your face before. Nice, Rack. Enjoy, bro.
Fresh.
Do you ever want to do another like a Dark Portal or any kind of collab or something, Rack? Love to, man. I'm gonna get my character ready to occasionally PvP in a permanent vanilla server. Right now I'm full T2 with Staff of the Ruins. What weapon, if any, should I try to replace the staff with for PvP? Which class are you though, Neptune? In Classic, you really should never use a staff. Whatever class you are, I guess it doesn't matter. That's where we're getting to. And the reason why is there's so much utility in offhands in Classic. If you're Warlock, especially so, because like default offhand is Spellstone, and then you have multiple ranks of it and stuff, right? But if you're a mage, default offhand is what? The Timbermaw thing? That's probably the default offhand. So you just want to cycle through offense just like you cycle through trinkets. You can use a staff, but only if you're kind of trolling. Like, so my situation right now, I have a warlock in 7 of 9 tier 3, and he's using brimstone staff. And the only reason I'm using brimstone staff
What you want?
is that my main hand is mage blade. I'm like severely behind on a one-hander, so I'm literally using mage blade. And it's still probably correct to use mage blade. You feel me? Like with an offhand, it's still probably correct. Like I shouldn't be using brimstone staff, and that's an axe staff. Hold on. I don't need to like chug like a juice or something here. Oh, I think I need to chug this juice right here. Chug the juice. There we go.
Fresh meat.
So I should go for sharpened silithid femur or claw of chromagus, the AV offhand, the spell stones. Oh, you're a warlock? I mean, it almost doesn't even matter that much. Weapons don't matter that much, like your main hand brickcaster. But yeah, any of those will work. Try to get the best like main hander you can, and then just use it. I would definitely get the Timber Maw pouch though if you don't have it. It's so good. The Skull of Impending Doom, Timber Maw. What else is a good offhand to get? Maybe Oni Book is decent. Not for PvP though, actually. You never really use that for PvP. Might be it. Just get Skull and Timber Maw pouch, and you have multiple ranks of Spellstone. You're good, man. The Timber Maw pouch is what, 1k health or something? Oh wait. Fire Sapta. Call of Fire. I think I need to turn this in. I think I'm trolling. What cast bar add-on is that? It's all just dominoes, man. Oh, you know what? I think I turned this in. Yeah, there. Okay. Is that house now? Okay, sick. And then I turned this in back at the Cranial Fist guy, right? Yep. Okay, loot the keg, turn in Call of Fire. So... hold on, I'm actually gonna refill this cartridge. This thing on the top, I've been using it for a couple of days of this Fish and Energy. 1 second, let me grab another bottle of water. Sorry, I'm back. So this is how it works. At this bottle of water they send you has this thing on the top. You unscrew it, comes out. This one's done. I've been using it for like 2 days or something. So they don't last that long. That's one issue. But I do sip it throughout the day. Fresh bottle of water in here, you know, pour it into the water bottle. Water bottle is totally clean. There's no like powder or junk or anything. It's just a standard water bottle. Kind of frozen when I put it in the freezer. Should be good. Another thing, if you put ice in it, it like doesn't work. I don't know why. Don't put ice in it. It makes it a lot harder to get the thing out. Like open this damn thing. Imagine dying while AFK. Yo, it happens to a lot of people, man, in the hardcore community. Sorry if that loud noise is so annoying. Alright, new thing inside right there. Put it in the top, that's it. We're back. This is some kind of blue raspberry flavor. I'm sure it tastes fine. And there's a little dial where you can adjust how strong you want the flavor. Go like 5. When did our man swap from his immersive UI? Well, I've been doing PvP and stuff too, right? Like, it's kind of like that UI, it was really handy when I was just doing hardcore and it didn't matter too much. You know, we're just leveling at the end of the day, so you don't need the most insane UI for it. But now that we're kind of just multi-lifing, playing the game normally, I switched over back to my old UI. Alright. Let's go back to my man Cranial Fists. Will I need to delete Questy when I use this new add-on? It's a good question. I don't know, man. You could just try it out. And, you shouldn't need Questy, though, if you're following this route, you know, because Questy is there for leveling purposes, you know? So, all the little steps are on your map already with this add-on. But maybe it'll work. Feeling super burnt out on Classic right now. Well, repatch is coming any day now, man. You never know, we could wake up in a few hours and it's pre-patch. Isn't that the circle bottle? Yeah, it is called circle bottle. How do you know? Is that not their bottle? I just assumed it was like the fish and energy bottle. I think Questy still works from what I've seen on Tommy and Tactics stream. Oh, nice. Gonna roll any hardcore Blood Elves or Draena? I rolled a Blood Elf for a second, but I don't know, man. When I was feeling the itch to go back and level, that itch wants to take me back to the Barrens, not like Azure Mist Isle or Ghostlands. I'm a Zug Zug Barrens Andy, man. Orc male enthusiast. Pre-patch go online any minute. No, it's just a figure of speech. Most people are of the belief that June 1st the game will be launching, which is less than 1 month away. So pre-patch could be any day now. Pre-patch back in the day. Guess how many days it was back in the day, guys? Pre-patch. Real vanilla into TBC. I just found this out the other day. Oh, you already knew it. I think it was 46, not 43. Maybe it's 43 though. But yeah, 40 something. Raptors are clutch. 100% drop rate on these heads, man. Could be 46 somewhere around there, yeah. I'm thinking we might get 46 weeks of pre-patch, I was hoping so. Keep in mind, it is still possible that June 1st date, because Blizzard never confirmed or denied it. It could be an elaborate troll strike by Redditors. Because Blizzard has said nothing about it.
Fresh meat.
Hey, what's up, Jandro? Good to see you, man. You said 18th May pre-patch? They didn't say that, dude. That was the community saying that. That was the community guessing that. I don't think they ever went out and said pre-patch this day. People have been looking for that date so they can plan their life, but... Undead or Orc for PvP Warlock. They're both really good in their own ways. All things considered, PvE, PvP, leveling, all facets of the game combined. IMO, Orc is better, but then again, I'm an Orc male enthusiast, and it's because the PvP debate is Undead probably generally speaking better than an Orc, but depending on what comp, Orc could be better. And in Roguelike, for example, like Undead is almost certainly better than Orc. But I played Orc on Windrunner, and we still got glad as Orc Lock, you know. And I actually kind of liked it. I miss not having Blood Fury whenever I don't have it, you know. Like even right now, so on the Badge of Justice server, I'm not running an on-use trinket. I'm not running an icon or any on-use trinket. I'm using the Resil one. that has 36 Resil base plus an on-use heal. I'm using that one, but it doesn't feel too bad because I still kind of have an on-use with my racial, you know? So I really like Orc. The stun resist is handy, improves your rogue matchup like massively. So I'm gonna go ahead and say Orc. But on the other end of the coin too, like in PvE, you'll have an undead warlock beat an orc warlock in PvE. It's not like completely GG. The orc warlock could just suck or misplay, or the undead gets lucky on crits. It's not like unplayable. They're like so far behind the orc warlock that you just hate piloting an undead in PvE. It's 150 spell power though. A lot of spell power. What's up, Goth Girlfriend? How we doing? What's the add-on you're using to level? It's called Rested XP, my friend. Coming out soon, this week or next. Here's a link to the Discord if you want to join. Stay tuned for when it gets announced. Big collaborative effort between some of the best speedrunners in the community. I decided on Undead since I'm guessing the meta will be Warlock heavy for the racial to break fears. Yeah, there's a lot of fears in Arena, man. You'll always get value from motive. Priest fears, Warlock fears, Warrior fears. Oh, hold up. Turn and Call of Fire. Loot the keg. Accept South Sea freebooters. Oh, I'm kind of trolling. I should have ran the Ratchet. It's okay, I'm already by Crossroads. Let me vendor up and re-up my ice cold milk supply, sell, and then we'll go to Ratchet. I heard XP is not changed from 1 to 20. Is that true? 1 to 10 is untouched, but apparently from 10 onwards you get a slight benefit or increased leveling speed, but it's slight, and I guess that it changes based on the level range is my understanding. I talked to Tactics and told me about it like yesterday. When did you start this character? Yesterday. Yo, G-rated TV, thank you for that tier 1, man. 2 months of support. You'd love to see it. Thank you so much, man. Welcome back. How we doing tonight, man? What if too strong? The Warlock sets do sometimes tend to suit Undead more. Yeah, I mean, in my mind, I feel like they fit Orc more. Either way, whatever you choose, Undead or Warlock, Undead or Orc, they're both really solid.
Greetings.
If anything, the tougher decision is Alliance side, whether you want to go Gnome or Human. I would go Human. I shit you not. Gnome's probably better, but I would go Human. And there are some still like redeeming aspects of running a Human Warlock. I also think it's kind of more fun playing a Human Warlock. Like Perception seems extremely handy, works in tandem with Paranoia, of course, and we're seeing how strong Paranoia is on the beta. It's even stronger than onto these P servers. You'll see like a Human Warrior get sapped, Berserker, Rage, Perception, and see the Rogue and be able to get on him. So, but if you go Human Warlock, you may get laughed at, you may get memed on. Belf Warlock? Nah, man. Like that, I see what you mean. Like that's a tough one too, right? Because you want to play Belf Warlock. A lot of people like the looks of it. Tough, man. It's pretty much impossible to justify going Belf. But the thing is, if you put a rank 1 PvPer on a Belf, they would still do incredibly well, right? They would just lose a percentage more of games due to like not being as powerful or lacking Woda or whatever. But you could still get there. Thing is, you'd have to convince like a rank 1 PvPer or something to want to play a Belf Warlock, and they'd probably just wince at the thought, you know? So just keep it all in perspective. Like, you put a good enough player on a Belf Warlock, they'll do just fine. But as far as racials go, it's pretty much as dramatic of a difference as it can be. Arcane Torrent pretty strong now. It's nah, man, not really. Only class to be kind of strong on. I mean, it's okay on Pallies, and like Pallies have no choice but to be Blood Elf, so there's that. Like, they'll just stop one of your little Fear Cast or something, or Ret Pallies on top of you. Like, Ret Resto is a really strong comp on P servers. We'll see if it's good on real TBC, but it's decent on Pallies, but it's good on Rogues, kinda, a little bit, because there is no DR on Silence in TBC. You can't trinket out of a garrote. There's no DR, so you can garrote, spell lock, Feldom, make a new pet, spell lock again, and this all just stacks with each other. And then Arcane Torrent off the back end, and it can end up being like a ridiculous amount of silence. So yeah, the thing is, no Wotif on a rogue is extremely monk-ass. It's like the class that needs Wotif the most. Let's see. Enameled Broadsword. No, this is supposed to have heavy spiked mace on it, right? Or it could. It's a bummer he doesn't have it on him.
Glad I could help.
But do racials have that big of a difference on an average player? I would say, I mean, play devil's advocate here if you want, chat. Like, but is there an iteration of the game of World of Warcraft where racials matter more than in TBC? I don't think so. I think they matter the absolute most in PvP. You could say Wrath maybe, where humans get that trinket racial, but I don't remember the Wrath meta well enough. It's possible. Maybe Wrath has a big, maybe it's a big deal in Wrath too, but I thought the same exact thing, man. I was talking to Navik about it like months ago and saying, he's exaggerating, man. This is some like min-max mentality on it. It's not a big deal, dude. These racials don't matter that much, dude. They matter so much that the strat can completely change just based on the race. Completely change. Fighting an Alliance RD versus an Undead versus a Horde RD as Roguelock, different strat, man. If it's an Alliance RD, Rogue opens on me with Cheap Shot. My Rogue waits till there's 1 second left on the Cheap Shot. Cheap Shot's enemy Rogue. We always get that fear on him. Full fear, don't touch him. We go Druid. If it's an Undead Rogue, we have to do a weird little wombo combo dance. If the Cheap Shot, fear him, get the Wotif. He gouges off the Wotif. Fear him again, half DR, and we don't. It just makes it a lot trickier. And more often than not, versus an undead rogue like a Horde RD, we just go Rogue, as opposed to potentially going Druid. Would you roll Horde and Wrath? I'm a Horde player, man. I love Horde. Can you Wotif during a fear, or do you have to precast it? You can Wotif during a fear, yeah. You can precast it as well, though. It's pretty big brain if you can anticipate it and save that global. Miss the hardcore UI? Yeah, it probably doesn't even work on the TBC beta, though, man. You're saying the orbs and stuff? Yeah. The whole aesthetic of the hardcore setup was awesome, man. Rotation of abilities matter more than gear and racials depending on the fight. You're saying in PvP, though? I'm in. But racials matter a lot, bro.
Blood and thunder. Strength. Fresh meat.
Quest add-on we're using is called Rested XP, my friend. It's coming out real soon. Okay. Except South Sea freebooters. It's over this way. I could get my my mud snappers too. There's a fisherman over here that sells them. My favorite food item in the game. Let's see if it's still 20 copper if they fixed it.
Talk to me.
Still 20 copper. Feels classic, man. You'll love to see it. Good old long jaw mud snappers.
Keep it real.
Any chance to get a copy of your UI? I can even pay for it. It's badass. Yo, it's nothing much, man. All it is just Dominoes. It's this add-on right here, bro. See this little thing at the top right? This little domino looking icon? Just download it. You can make new action bars. You just like alt right click and just drag, make a new action bar. You can right click them, shrink them down, scale them, put some padding, size. That's it, man. Just three horizontal action bars, 2 on the right, scale them down a little bit. They do key bindings. One of my favorite things about Dominoes is you just do enter/KB, and it enters you into this key binding mode, and all you have to do is hover over your keys, right? You can hit escape to clear them like that, and then you just hover over them and just press your key bind. Saves a lot of time rather than going to that wonky menu, you know? Loving the night stream, man. I was just in the Barrens myself for that sweet, sweet ambience.
Yo,
Absolutely
be
abyss, right?
good.
Flight path. You're not level first aid? I have first aid, yeah. You just get so much extra cloth, then it's okay. I'll just,
Hey,
for the sake of time, just bend to the linen.
Time is money, friend. What's up? Keep it real. Time is money, friend.
Okay. Still need to accept freebooters.
Talk to me.
Greetings from Germany, already 8 a.m. over here. What's up, Zeno? Where are you from in Germany, man?
Time is money, friend. Hurry back. What's up?
Where is,
Glad I could help. Keep it real.
where's South Sea freebooters? Accept South Sea freebooters. Did they change where you get it? Hold on, much rolling? Is it over by... I think I know. I think I figured it out, sorry. Look at the map. It's over here by Gazla. There's a pre-quest to it. I had to talk to the guy on the dock. Got it. From Hamburg. Oh, nice, man. Is it true? Did you guys invent hamburgers? Is the TBC XP reduction noticeable? Not really so far, no.
Hey there, just passing through.
This is the TBC beta, yep. What add-ons would you recommend for a Pally and TBC? Pally Power is like the only real standard Pally specific one. Swing Timer. If you're a Holy Pally, I mean, you just want maybe like Grid or one of the things that help you ratchet Flight Path. Already did that. Set Hearthstone to ratchet, okay. Let's do that. Dude, dual wield enhancement is so brutally OP when leveling, you already know. I can't wait, man. At level 40 we'll get it. Yeah, so here's some of the differences. I assume a lot of you are new. Sorry if you've heard me say this a bunch of times already. Look, we're already able to get Imp Ghost Wolf. How sick is that? We won't get it because you only get the ability at 20, right? But by the time we're level 20, we'll have instant Ghost Wolf, 40% movement speed. In Classic, you can't get it down to instant. For now, we just go crit, right? For a little bit. Once we hit 19, we'll get 1 point in Ghost
Oh,
Wolf.
do I have a deal
Finish it
for
off
you?
by 20. Pick up Ghost Wolf.
I am honored. Can I assist you?
Alright, we're gonna get Baron Longshore Head. Oh, need some Ice Cold though. And why do I have blood shards? I feel like you get